today. From AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys versus Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gordon, joined as always by Charles Davis. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. The Saints heading out for the first time, and there's Derek Carr at quarterback in his 11th NFL season now and second in black and gold.
And Carr continues to produce good numbers on paper. He completed over 68% of his passes last season while also throwing 25 touchdowns to just 8 interceptions. But as impressive as those numbers are, the numbers he's seeking, big numbers in the playoffs. And we expect him and his team to be back in the playoff mix when January rolls around.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. You look at this Cowboy defense. And they played well against the pass. Currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. To throw, it's Carr. He'll find Shaheed out to the right. He's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in, and run the ball.
And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Mozzie Smith, he fought through to record the sack. Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends of what we've seen so far.
So on 4th down, on is Lou Hedley to punt for New Orleans. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys making their way out behind the NFL's leader in touchdown passes for 2023. In his 9th season now, Dak Prescott.
And he's coming off one of the best seasons of his career, where he finished as a runner-up in the MVP chase after throwing for over 4,500 yards, 36 touchdowns, and less than 10 interceptions for the first time in a few years. An integral part of the Cowboys' run to the playoffs, he's hoping to take it a step further here in 2024.
The numbers for Zeke from last week. 19 carries, 99 yards.
They put a lot of effort into game playing and establishing this ground game last week, and the reward was a nice day rushing the ball. helped them put a balanced offense out on the field. And that carry is an indicator that this ground game wants to be established again this week.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Prescott. He'll go underneath here to Elliott. So nothing doing there, and it'll be 4th down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on 3rd down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
And the Cowboys going to bring on Brian Anger to punt on 4th down. Deep for New Orleans is Rashid Shaheed. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Taking it about the 16. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their 2nd drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that can put your team in some jeopardy?
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at this Cowboy defense. They were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And what I saw on film was nearly an unstoppable pass rush. They had 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries. So now do you just max protect on offense, keep everyone in and run, 1 or 2 receiver routes to make sure your quarterback stays up? We'll soon find out.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a 1st down for them, too.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 19 carries, 73 yards, and a touchdown.
A key component of his team's offense. He will certainly stay in that role if he keeps producing like this each week. Expect him to make a run and not only matching, but exceeding those numbers as this one goes.
And Johnson lost the football. It's loose, poked out. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
1st down run with Elliott going to go for about 4. 2nd and 6 coming up. Now Prescott. Left side to Lamb. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 1st down carry by Elliott. Demario Davis there on the stop. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. Prescott. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ferguson. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 29-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
And Ferguson established himself as one of the better safety blankets in the NFL a season ago, finishing in the top 10 at his position in catches, yards, and touchdowns. This year he expects to take that blanket off and just be one of the top tight ends in the league.
On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. A 2nd down throw for Prescott. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. He'll get it inside the 20. And finally wrestled down at the 11. A good-looking drive for the Cowboys so far. It's a first down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll throw again. Prescott. And he's going to be dropped. Back at the 15-yard line. Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Inside give to Elliott. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Throwing, Prescott to the goal line, but it's incomplete. So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Here's Carr. And incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. And it took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
That's to the former Cowboy. It's Cedric Wilson. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Trying the left side with Kamara. They'll get this up to about the 44. They'll come up 2nd and 7. Now Carr. He finds his man Johnson. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 44-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Carr completes it. Short completion, just 4 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. Carr. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. His 4th catch already in this first quarter. It's a 1st down. Carr to throw again. Again, it's Johnson. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Now Carr. There's Chris Olave. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Throwing now is Carr. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And the Saints are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. To throw is Carr. Touchdown, Saints. Juwan Johnson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Saints are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a 2nd one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. Groupie able to add the PAT. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, here's Groupie to kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
They run the option on 2nd down. After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. A 1st down throw for Prescott as they've got it as we resume action. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. On 2nd down, Elliott. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. 3rd down and 6. Prescott to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Elliott. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The New Orleans offense set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now 2nd and 5. Shotgun now for Carr. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's Carr to throw.
And a quick throw there is incomplete.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Carr.
And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's Lou Hedley on now to punt the football.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 15 yards last play and 15 yards here this go-around.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Working with the lead, trying to get to 2-0. Here's 1st and 10.
Kamara up the middle. Down right around the 25. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Carr now to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Perry. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll leave them with a 3rd and just a yard. Carr gonna throw.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds, right around the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Carr now on 3rd and goal. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19.
Osa Odighizuwa with the effort there to earn the sack.
And that's the kind of stand all defenses are seeking. 3rd and goal, backs against the wall, and they get a monster sack, and now they're going to force them into a field goal. For them, that's a win.
So Carr departs, and on is Blake Grupe for the Saints field goal.
From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack.
There's a lot of discussion in the offseason about him having a big year and getting to the quarterback. They held him without a sack in week 1, but how about here? Finally gets his first one of the season.
In the offseason, said he changed his diet, leaner, feels so good this year. Excited to see what type of a season he can have. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Prescott now. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Ferguson. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Saints coming out now to take the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. On 2nd down, Kamara. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only get to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
Again, they'll throw with Carr.
He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he is going to have a Saints 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Couple of 1st downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense going to have to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. From the gun, it's Carr. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 44-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Carr.
Throwing out right here, caught by Olave.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. They stay on the ground. This time it's Kamara. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. They're just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Again, it's Kamara. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
2nd down and 4.
Now they'll throw with Carr. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
Chauncey Golston.
Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards.
They've gobbled up over 30 yards of turf so far, but a sack knocks them backwards. And that interrupts the momentum they were building. Good opportunity for the defense to escape this drive before they get to the end zone.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
To throw, it's Carr.
And that nearly intercepted. Boy, for a guy known for his hands defensively, that's a ball he probably thinks he should have come up with. And instead, it's 4th down.
And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Looking to throw, Prescott. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down for a nice little gain. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Carr to throw on second down.
Gets this complete to Shaheed.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Carr now on first down. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And a gain of 4 gets him right to the midfield stripe.
Second down and 6 now.
From midfield, here's Carr. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. In our game, it's been the play of Derek Carr that's led the way. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
Out come the Cowboys now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter.
This is a game, Charles, that's been fairly starved for offense. Really not much in that first half. We'll see if they can get something going here as we look toward the third quarter.
And not just a chance to finally get a little more offense going, but to erase that small deficit they currently trailed by. I think they'd send a pretty powerful message to the opposite sideline if they drive it right down the field coming out of the half.
Here's Prescott. Pressure comes, and down he goes.
Chase Young
Able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw.
And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. On to punt now, Anger, as he boots this one away.
A punt of 46, a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's second and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
After after the loss to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back. Looking to throw. Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. 35 yards that time on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Dallas offense back out onto the field.
And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. This is caught. It's Cooks.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
Another 1st down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Throwing. Prescott.
Pass complete to Jalen Tolbert.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Tenth carry now for Elliott. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. Prescott on 3rd and 2.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Prescott looks to throw on 1st.
Cooks on the quick slant.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Now back to the ground with Elliott. And his rough afternoon continues. He's going nowhere again. 9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Prescott. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. They'll run it with Elliott. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Now Prescott. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme, and continued to get after this quarterback.
And now this defense will be searching for sack number 5. Prescott from the gun.
Able to hit his target, Lamb.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
And he'll be brought down well short of the first at about the 9-yard line. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that'll bring him back within 4. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Now, this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4. They run it again with Kamara. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Third and 5. Carr. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Johnson. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
Again, it's Carr. He completes it to Olave. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 32-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Throwing now is Carr. Completes it to Perry. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage. On second down, here's Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to make it third down and less than a yard.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
A man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Kamara again. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
A give. This is Kamara. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8.
The ball on the 8 still could get a first down technically. 2nd and 7.
Shotgun now for Carr.
That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans.
A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Saints will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
A point after, good by Groupie.
And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive spans 13 plays.
And it was Chris Olave who finished things off with a touchdown. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Dallas offense set for this next drive.
And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
Chase Young
getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. Now Prescott.
Outright, he finds Tolbert.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he fires one, but incomplete.
Well, how about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 40-yard punt, no return.
The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Back to throw here.
Into the hands of Perry, complete.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Now Carr.
That'll be taken in by Shaheed.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return.
The time to get another look at this Cowboys offense. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
A 1st down throw for Prescott. It's caught. Tolbert. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left.
In motion, that's Tolbert. Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. 3rd and short yardage. Prescott.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Here's Prescott.
They try to set up the screen. Oh, nearly disaster. But it's incomplete. Not much chance of that working. Almost intercepted. It's 2nd down.
Prescott now. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Chase Young.
Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
I remember throughout my career hearing defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Prescott to throw it. Under pressure, they got him again.
Chase Young.
2 plays in a row now that he has gotten in there for the sack, and it brings up 4th down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, and that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Here's Brian Anger now, standing just outside his own goal line. That'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here.
They've got a chance now to put this game away following that last defensive stop and punt.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. To throw his Carr. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
2nd down and 3.
Carr now to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Carr now on 1st down. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
This now a 3rd and 4.
From the gun, it's Carr.
Tries it.
Oh, now he's stripped. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. And now Dallas gets set to take the field.
They trail by 2 scores in the 4th, and their defense did its job getting the fumble recovery. Time to see what this offense has left in the tank.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Unfortunate time for the penalty there. That cancels out a positive play from this offense.
Well, not to sound too trite or too accepting, but you and I both know it happens. You got to accept it and move on. Yardage, you got to get back. Focus on the next play. Move on.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line.
41 yards on the ground for him now as he's done that on 15 carries.
Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the 1st down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
2 yards to go, 2nd down. They run here with Rico Dowdle.
And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
A bullet throw, but incomplete.
So on 4th down, Prescott off, and on is Aubrey for the Cowboy field goal.
And his kick is indeed good, and that'll make this an 8-point game. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Set to take over once again. Out comes the Saints offense. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. Now Carr.
Throwing quickly to Wilson.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Running with Kamara. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
From the 44-yard line, here's a 2nd and 5.
Carr going to throw. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a 1st down. Here's Carr to throw.
Going right back to Wilson.
And he's got this down to the 35. Carr now first down. He finds his man, complete. It's Perry. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams.
And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15.
You can really tell right now both sides have amped up the aggressiveness. That time the offense winning the aggression battle.
And the defense was obviously aiming for the football, maybe a little bit more so than the runner himself, and that's why he was able to break through and get the gain that he did.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
So it's Saints football as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here's a fake on the jet sweep, and instead a give up the middle.
And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here, 2nd and 11.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down.
On 3rd down, Miller. And they're able to corral him right around the 8, and that's short of the first down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And his kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
So Dak and the Cowboys down by 11. Just over 1:40 to play. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance.
Now Prescott. That is caught by Lamb.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
He'll get this to Elliott. They'll come up now, 2nd and 9. Here's Prescott.
Escaping the pressure right. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well. Prescott urging his guys to go quickly. They need to get up and set. Flush. The ball comes out.
And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
And it's incomplete. And now we're down to 10 seconds.
Well, this feels like a late season game, even though it's just week 2. Here's a big 3rd down.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
Desperation time. Prescott on 4th.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted.
It's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And I think the game balls need to be distributed on the defensive side of the football, and I bet that you would agree.
Yeah, if you hold a team under 10 points, that's a job well done. Really well done. So I would say game balls for every starter and every key player who participated in this game.
Now, see, I only like one game ball.
You're handing
out multiple. Although I set you up by saying game balls plural, but
I like where we're going with this, though. You say one to represent, like the best player of all of that, and I say multiples so that you keep everyone motivated and involved.
You're a man of the people.
I'm a man of the people. I thought I was the only child.
You get a game ball, and you get a game ball. Game balls for everybody. So for the Saints, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they'll fall to 1-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.